Thrones, and I'm just now getting to the final season. Last night, the last thing I remember before I nodded off to bed was that the White Walker dragon had blown down the wall at Eastwatch. So now the White Walkers are moving south. And that is the last thing I remember. Anywho, what do I have planned for this weekend? Well, not much. It's 11 degrees right now, so it's pretty cold. I imagine it'll get up to a high of like 17 or something. Temperatures are supposed to pick up, and then they're supposed to go straight back down walking into February. Even looks like we might get some snow next week, but is what it is. Currently driving into Altoona to take the bypass back around to Des Moines, so I'm pretty close. Let's see. Oh, the sickness. It wasn't like a confirmed strep throat, but when she swabbed she took a look at my ears and did that throat swab, I have fluid in my ears, which now my ears are hurting a little bit more than they were when I went and got to the doctor on Wednesday, and then my throat was red at that point. So I'm probably coming off of some form of strep throat, sore throat, something like that, and moving right along into an ear infection or a double ear infection, which is fine because I probably did it myself. I love cleaning my ears with Q-tips. It's so bad, I know. But you don't live long on this world, so you might as well enjoy something. I guess if cleaning my ears is something I enjoy, then try and stop me. Watched the brand new episode of Boba Fett, though I feel like I could have called it Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 1, to be honest with you. It blows me away how good it was. It was a very good episode. It even had my favorite starship, the N1 Starfighter, which is like Clone Wars stuff is my favorite stuff when it comes to Star Wars. The ARC 170 is my favorite Star Wars ship of all time, just because it kind of reminds me of like a B-25, a Liberator, or I'm trying to think what that English Dam Buster was. Regardless, B-24, B-25, and whatever the English Dam Buster was. If you mash those things up and gave them the ability to go through space and told them that they really didn't need the tail fin and instead they could have a top and bottom rear facing turret, I'm sure that's more or less what the ship would look like. So, but the N1 was always one of my favorites, just because in the very first movie, when Anakin as a child was flying one for the defense of Naboo, I was at that age. I was just about that age that Anakin was, and so it wasn't so far for me to think that I could have been Anakin flying around in one of the fastest looking ships Star Wars has ever debuted. I don't know. It being the tail end of January, that means that we are getting absolutely close to the return of NASCAR. The Clash is coming up, which will be in the Coliseum in Southern Cal. And after we have the Clash, they head on to Daytona, and we get our first look at generation NASCAR racing. I have mixed feelings on so much of what is happening right now. This is going to be a brand new car instead of a 15-inch wheel, which has been the same since like 49. We're going to run 18-inch rims, so that means a brand new Goodyear tire, and then no more 5 lug nut pit stops. It's gonna be one giant lug, which means a whole new way to do pit stops. The numbers that used to be on the driver's side door and the passenger side door at the window net are now going to be moved right behind the wheel wells, which probably means when these cars start beating and banging on each other, numbers are probably going to go away. But I don't know. I've seen a couple of these things wreck, and they look like they wreck good. Like they can take a punch. I really don't know if that's true or not, because I really need to see them racing in a pack, someone make a bonehead move, and then we have a bunch of cars slamming the wall or slamming into each other. And I want to see who stays on the track and who has to retire, and what kind of damage a retired car versus an on-track car looks like it can handle. Speaking of cars, mine has a very small coolant leak somewhere. I don't know if it's a hose, I don't know if it's the radiator itself. It's leaking somewhere and it's not really presenting itself to me. It's just, I've checked my coolant levels, they've gone down, and I see that I have a little bit of spotting underneath the car in the snow, which that's a pretty telltale sign. If you're gonna lose fluid, might as well lose it in a place where you can see it. But I do have to find it, so hopefully I can get that fixed, because I've got pretty much damn near everything else fixed. Car's looking good, car's running fine, just gotta find that radiator leak. Caitlin is not pregnant yet. Hoping that information changes here soon. We'll see. And I guess the most important thing that I'm going to wrap up on is I'm enjoying my life again. It's not perfect. Things are still tedious, but things are looking up. And I'm actually kind of enjoying things right now. We'll see if he keeps up. Anywho, wishing you the best. So, peace.